Hello and welcome to TDS News. The University of Delaware, a public Tier 1 research university ranked in the top 100 national universities and top 50 public universities, hosted a stellar evening of its first ever alumni meet in Delhi. The University of Delaware, which is a home to over 1,300 international students, is considered among the top 20 colleges in the US. It offers undergraduate students 150 majors, and its best majors being engineering, business, and the sciences. 23 graduate programs from the University of Delaware were listed among the top 100 in the country in 2023 edition of Best Graduate Schools by US News, and World Report with 10 of those programs placed in the top 50. With its commitment of being a global university, the University of Delaware was the first American university to start a study abroad program, and many other universities soon followed. In terms of international enrollments, the university has the second highest number of students from India. The alumni gathering was planned not just to commemorate and reconnect with alumni, but also to give a prospective Indian students interested in studying abroad a great insight of the university.
17,485 undergraduate on campus, and this record will be broken very soon. And we also have, on top of that, we have more than 4,000 graduate students on campus. So together we have more than 23,000 university students and undergraduate and graduate on campus. We have 7 academic colleges on campus. We are a STEM-focused university, and my colleague here, Dr. Andrews, will be actually talking maybe more into the business side of things, and my colleague here, Mr. Griggs, will be actually talking more about the engineering part of things, and then Megan will be talking more into the art and science. So there's already 3 colleges, but on top of that, we offer health science, and also we offer earth, ocean, environmental science. And also we have education and then Biden Institute of Public Policy. So together we have 7 colleges, and between those 7 colleges we offer more than 150 undergraduate majors and over 110 minors, and then 110 graduate master level, and over 60 at PhD level. We have been actually welcoming a lot of Indian students on campus, both at graduate level and undergraduate level. It is in the strategic plan of the university that we welcoming more Indian students. We like Indian students because the students come in as strong academic background, and also they have actually a really inseparable part of the community. So we would like to see more international students, especially Indian students on campus. So without further ado, please, we welcome your questions. So between all of us, we would like to actually paint a better and more full picture of the university. Fun fact.
Yes, we also are ranked number 38 among public universities in the United States. We're a private school, and so we have a top 30 ranked MBA program, online MBA program, which we're very proud of. Also, our undergraduate programs are pretty highly ranked, tend to be in the top 20 or so in the country. So we feel like we're doing pretty well in the rankings, but there's always room to improve.
We also offer, scholarships to international students, which goes up to 50% of the tuition fee. Okay, so that's $18,000 is the highest that we offer at an undergrad level. For masters, it is per credit system where the fee differs from program to program.
To add on to Jamila, part of what's really special about this delegation here today is we're comprehensive across the university. So in terms of the affordability for the University of Delaware, our alumni play a critical role. They give back and help make the scholarships that Jamila was speaking to possible to ensure that there is access and affordability for students from across the world, and first and foremost India, to attend the University of Delaware in a cost-effective manner.
We are here to expand our international enrollments first and foremost. I've spent a lot of time traveling in China in the last decade, and been there probably 20 times. And we have some very large programs with China, but since the pandemic and since the political situation has not been so good with China.
Dr. Sloan speak to, with our 7 academic colleges, really unique academic offerings that we present at University of Delaware, and how we partner with Indian institutions and help ensure that students from India have successful outcomes at University of Delaware. We're going to explore all opportunities.
The software, the courses
that are happening in the US is actually the fall intake, which is the biggest intake. We also, on top of that, we have a spring intake that actually open for all the international students as well as domestic students. On top of that, we do have a summer intake as well, but mainly for international students that the curriculum-wise and I-20 preparation is a preparation. I strongly recommend that a fall intake. However, we do have those 2 intakes, and then it really is actually now that the students need to be prepared to put in their transcript and put in their English proficiency test. So the reason why I'm saying is that this is a long process. It takes about 4 to 6 months now, because the admission part actually takes long. It's actually if you put together all the documents and then the assessment, the missions, and by the time you get the I-20 schedule and visa, as you just mentioned, with the embassy, it can take longer. However, on top of that, I would like to put in my suggestion and recommendation for our international students, especially Indian students, because we do offer generous international scholarship as well, and it's a pot of gold that you want to actually get your hands in as soon as possible. That it's a first come, first served base.
Undergraduate level have merit-based scholarship and diversity scholarship. So, and that is completely on the scores of a student. So we evaluate the whole profile and accordingly give away scholarship ranging between $5,000 to $18,000. So if a student have a good SAT score, has somewhere around good scores in the 12th grade, we probably will give the student, depending upon the overall profile. So right from recommendation to what is the graph been of that student from 9th to the 12th grade, and accordingly evaluate and give out that scholarship, which is split into 2. One is merit-based and the other is diversity scholarship. The highest that a student can get an undergrad level right now is $18,000, as I mentioned. Also, there is something which is, as Chris mentioned, we have these generous alumni who help us with some donor amount, and then we can see if there are a couple of $1,000s more, and if the student is really good, we definitely support that. And that's how we take it on case-to-case basis.
Management and also hospitality, which is very popular among Indian students. And on top of that, for engineering, we have traditional civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and we also have the new environmental engineering, cyber security engineering, and also, of course, the computer science. Yes, and biomedical engineering is very popular among Indian students.
I manage 150 faculty in the college, and so I need to understand principles of leadership and organizational behavior. I need to understand marketing if we're going to, make a strategy for how we're going to reach certain student groups. I need to understand accounting because there's a budget to be managed, and so on it goes. So we definitely incorporate business skills into the running of the academic programs, but one thing that we never compromise on is the quality of the instruction. That's number one in our minds, is that the students come first, and we would never compromise on student quality in order to save money or to make.
The university's nonprofit mission, the revenue that we take in doesn't support the full cost of enrollment and helping students get an education. So this past year we raised over $100 million from our alumni, from our friends, and that's really important because that means that the vision that we have to keep providing the best education possible that people like Rick provide, we can keep doing that. And that's a big part of why we're here at India. We want to create the community with our alumni and help them see impacts at the university, just like our other donors.
We call what Dr. Song mentioned a 2+2 agreement, which means they can study in India for 2 years at a much lower cost, and then transfer their credits to University of Delaware, study 2 more years, and then get a full bachelor's degree from the University of Delaware. And then there's all kinds of different variations on that as well. We've got a 3+1 program, We've got 4+0 programs. We've got master's degree 1+1 programs. So there's a lot of variations on this, and that's precisely why I'm here, is to identify those partner schools.
COVID. I'm here representing the College of Engineering for many of the same purposes that Dr. Andrews is speaking to. This is the first trip internationally for the College of Engineering in that capacity since COVID. And so I think that's a strong demonstration of our commitment to students from India post-COVID.
Students, and we have different types of associations on campus. The career opportunities, there is a dedicated team which is called as Office of International Students and Scholars, who basically have a dedicated advisor for each student. And they work right from the time the student reaches campus in terms of helping them with interviews. We have career fairs on campus, and that's how they come and recruit. One fun fact about Delaware, we are a tax-free state. So that opens doors to a lot of Fortune 500 companies that have their offices, which helps the students to have, jobs or internships. And also something to add on to this is, the career opportunities is so vast. Even if you Google it, you will find that Delaware has more incorporations formed than the residents.
So it is guaranteed.
And students hired at all of the top companies, names that you would clearly recognize, from JP Morgan Chase, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Apple, Waters, Millipore Sigma, Merck, on and on and on. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. And so there are outstanding career placements for north of 95% of our graduates. Our alumni play a critical role in that. They are the students that have come before, demonstrated their ability, and had success with these companies to the point that they come back and recruit at University of Delaware.
हमारे पास एक ऑप्शन है अंडर प्रिविलेज के लिए, जैसे अभी इन्होंने कहा 2+2 का, सो 2 साल यहाँ करें और फिर 2 साल यूएस में, ओके, दैट इज वन ऑप्शन. सेकेंड ऑप्शन ये है कि हम एक डायमंड चैलेंज एक ऑप्शन है उनके लिए, जिसमें स्टूडेंट अकेडमिकली अगर बहुत ब्रिलियंट है, मतलब बहुत अच्छा है अकेडमिकली, तो एक प्रोसेस होता है, एक बेसिकली एक कंपटीशन के तरीके का है वो, जहाँ पे जो ट्यूशन फी है, इनफैक्ट जो पूरा 1 साल का कॉस्ट है $55,000, उससे ज़्यादा वो स्टूडेंट को मिलता है फॉर दैट कंपटीशन. बट अगेन बहुत कम लोग उस पर आ सकते हैं, क्योंकि ओवरऑल ग्लोब से इतने सारे लोग उसके लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, हार्डली आई थिंक 3 या 4 लोग वहाँ तक पहुँच सकते हैं. बट और एड ऑन करने के लिए, जैसे मैंने कहा कि 2+2 इज समथिंग जो वो देख सकते हैं. ओके, आई विल पास इट ऑन टू दैट.
Around the world. And out of 120 that's highly selected candidates, we pick quite a few, actually giving them higher scholarship. One of the highest scholarship that we call is actually Dupont Scholarship, and Chris will talk into why it's called Dupont. But Dupont Scholarship is actually designed for students from the really high academic background, and it's actually covered the full cost is what we call full ride scholarship, valued at $58,000. And I have the privilege to work with quite a few African countries. And in the past few years, we actually offered quite a few to African countries, including Ghana, Nigeria, and Sierra Leone. So, Chris, would you like to talk?
For nearly 250 years, beyond the founding of the United States, we happen to be founded in the backyard of Dupont Company, which really started the legacy of philanthropy and giving back that Megan spoke to. And that philanthropy ensures that we do have upwards of $100 million that we seek to raise each year to provide opportunities from all economic backgrounds. And the Dupont family was one of the very first generous benefactors to the University of Delaware. That tradition has sustained up to this day to ensure that as many students as possible who meet the academic requirements, that financial ability is no barrier to receiving a University of Delaware education.
I have a student, I have a son actually currently studying biomedical engineering 2nd year. And the thing that as an international admissions officer that's very hard for me to sell or to promote is the warm and fuzzy feeling that you feel you belong and you're part of something big. And this is something that I would like to share with our incoming international students, especially Indian students. I would like to share this experience as a UD mom and UD grad myself, that we do care. We have a very tight community on campus. I mean, on the way here, I was answering emails that some of our international students' parents are emailing us saying that, oh my goodness, I have a hard time leaving my child here. And our colleges, jump on the opportunity to offer all kind of help from mental healthness to actually academic support and also community building. So this is something that I would like to start here with, and I would like to share this. I would like.
They used to historically hire chemical engineers. Now mechanical engineers have surpassed in their hires, so yes, without a doubt. We have prominent Indian alumni in a variety of companies, Waters Corporation, Facebook, ExxonMobil, a number of corporations that you would name and recognize. You want to speak to the fee structure?
Our tuition at undergraduate level range from $35,000 to $40,000 per year. Business and engineering is slightly more expensive because the investment we made on the
Stay in the
students.
campus? Do you stay in the campus?
Staying campus actually is about $15,000 and with fees and medical insurance, all those. So our I-20 amount ranging from basically is $55,000 per year. However, I would like to add that we offer really generous international student scholarships.
Including finance, accounting, marketing. I think hospitality is one of those programs. Maybe economics, I'm not exactly sure about economics. We have 5 of the top 24 most popular, and that's just for my college. I think the number one most popular major on campus is I believe psychology.
We're committed to diversity at University of Delaware with students from across the world. We absolutely recruit students from China. I am excited to share that this year, for the first time ever, students from India outnumbered students from China in terms of new enrollments at University of Delaware. We anticipate this to being a trend that continues and are excited to continue to grow our.
जब तक वो कैंपस पहुंचते हैं तब तक की पूरी फैसिलिटी हमारा टॉप प्रायोरिटी है फर्स्ट टॉप कंट्री है जहाँ से स्टूडेंट्स जाते हैं टॉप 3 कंट्रीज़ में चाइना इंडिया सऊदी अरेबिया ये सब है अभी चाइना तो वैसे ही नहीं अप टू द मार्क है सो इंडिया इज़ द टॉप प्रायोरिटी और हमारा जो प्रोग्राम है इन टर्म्स ऑफ हम क्या ऑफर कर रहे हैं कैसे और इसीलिए 700+ alumni network है जो यहाँ के Indians
University, and so absolutely the ability to speak English. We do have programming that supports our students who do not have full English proficiency, though certainly a proficiency in English is beneficial.